thinking about buying a home in Light Farms in Celina, Texas, or maybe just looking for some of the best neighborhoods to buy a home in Dallas, Texas? Listen, there are a lot of great things about living in Light Farms in Celina, and honestly, it's one of the best communities around if you're looking for a master plan community. But it's also not a great fit for everybody. And in today's video, we're going to talk about both the pros and the cons to living in Light Farms in Celina, Texas, so you can figure out if it is a great place for you to live or not. Now, according to the website, Light Farms is a modern take on North Texas living with a tight-knit community of neighbors, awesome amenities, and plenty of room to play. The over 1,000 acres of Light Farms were previously owned and farmed by the Light family. We've curated the space to pay homage to our past while creating something new for generations to come since 2014. Our amenities are designed to give your family room to play and to foster lifelong friendships between neighbors. With miles of trails, multiple pools, and an extensive sports complex, you have plenty of spaces to create a community with people who share your interests. By the way, my name is Michael Carraway. I'm a realtor here in the Dallas, Texas metro, and on this channel, we talk about what it's like to live in the Dallas, Texas area, as well as some of the best places to live, so you can figure out if Dallas is a good fit for you or not. And make sure to subscribe to the channel so you are the first to know about all the tips and tricks to living in Dallas, Texas. The first pro to living in Light Farms in Celina is that it's a newer neighborhood. Now, construction on the community actually started back in 2012, but the first residents actually moved in the fall of 2013. So if you look to buy in Light Farms, you'll notice that all the homes are going to be newer. You know, like I said, 2013 is the oldest home in Light Farms, and many of them are 2020 or newer. So you have a lot of opportunities to buy a resale home in Light Farms and still be able to get the more modern floor plans, the more modern features that a lot of these newer houses have without having to go through the construction process. Now, Light Farms partnered with a lot of different builders when they developed this neighborhood, and there's still some that are actively building. Some of the builders that have built in this neighborhood are American Legend, Dries, K. Hovenian, MI Homes, Shattuck Homes, Toll Brothers, Tradition, and Trophy. These builders all have a great reputation in town and typically build a really good product. Now, if you're looking to build in this neighborhood, you're likely going to have a budget around $500,000 or greater. There's opportunities all the way up into the $1 million range. So if you're in that $500 to $1 million range, there's opportunities in Light Farms for you. All right, the second pro to living in Light Farms is how many amenities there are within the community. It's one of the great things about master plan communities in general is that they're amenity packed. There's always things to do and things to take advantage of right inside of the neighborhood itself. Light Farms has a ton of amenities, and I'm going to read through every single one right now. Light Farms has over 13 miles of hiking bike trails throughout the community that you can take advantage of. And between all the parks, greenbelts, picnic spaces, playgrounds, and community lawns, they add up to over 240 acres of green spaces to explore with your family. And at Light Farms, you also have a ton of options for pools. And there are over 5 pools at Light Farms, including a junior Olympic pool that's perfect for swimming laps. There's an on-site fitness center, and they run classes all the time, so if you're looking to get involved and meet other people, that's a great way to do so. There's a tennis complex with 3 courts, and there's also a pickleball area as well. Within Light Farms, you'll also find basketball courts, 2 bocce ball courts, sand volleyball courts, and tons of parks throughout the community. Now, one of the unique features about being in Light Farms is that you are really close to the 90-acre Constellation Park, which includes campsites, an 11-acre lake, and a sandy beach that actually has kayak rentals that you can rent out over the weekend. And last but not least, Light Farms has a dog park, so if you are a dog person and you need to let your dog run around, you can do that in Light Farms, and it's a great opportunity to meet some of your neighbors. The third pro to living in Light Farms is that there's an on-site restaurant and bar. The Nook is the community restaurant at Light Farms, and they also have a marketplace. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they have a marketplace with grocery essentials. Their menu includes vegan and gluten-free options for friction-free dining as well. Their bartenders pour local beers and use house-infused liquors for creative cocktails, and you can catch live music from local artists weekly at the Nook. The fourth pro to living in Light Farms is that there's just a strong sense of community. Now, according to Light Farms, all of the outdoor amenities are designed to bring people together, and their over 200 annual events share that same goal. They claim that no matter what your interests are, there's other people here that will share that interest, and they try to foster you being able to meet those people through the events they hold and the outdoor spaces that they have. The fifth pro to living in Light Farms is the schools. According to the Light Farms website, children attend school in the award-winning Prosper ISD, which was recently ranked among the top 20 school districts in all of Texas. And there's actually 2 elementary schools that are actually within the neighborhood, so that's super convenient if you have little ones. And the sixth pro to living in Light Farms is that your front yard maintenance is completely taken care of. It's just included in the HOA fee that you pay every single year. According to the website, they make the assumption that the average American spends about 65 hours a year mowing their front lawn, because front yard maintenance is already included in your dues, you get that time back plus an estimated savings of $1,500 a year. So that's a really cool perk to living in Light Farms. But like I said, there's also some cons to living in Light Farms that we need to talk about right now. That first con is the commute. Light Farms is not super close to all the workplaces that you would find in maybe Frisco, Plano, or Richardson, or even downtown Dallas. You're going to be having to commute from Celina, from Light Farms, to be able to get to some of those more high areas where employment is. You're also not going to be super close to a lot of things to do, so you're going to have to be able to be okay with driving, 10 to 15 minutes to be able to get to your grocery store, or 15 to 20 minutes to be able to get to a ton of different restaurants and town centers and things like that. Over time, Celina's population is expected to drastically increase, and with that, you're going to see a lot of development, a lot of shopping, a lot of dining opportunities that pop up in Celina, and that's going to be an amazing thing. But for now, you're going to have to deal with being able to drive that 10 to 20 minute range to be able to access some of the things that you need to access on a weekly basis. The second con to living in Light Farms is that it is a little bit rural. Now, depending on what way you take to get to Light Farms, you may be having to go through some fields. The roads may not be as nice as what you would find in your more developed suburbs like Frisco. It does just feel a little bit more remote, a little bit more rural. So you just have to be okay with that as in your commute to be able to get to and from Light Farms. That being said, when you get there, it really doesn't feel rural at all. It feels like you're just in a place like Frisco or Plano or something like that. You would never know once you're actually in the neighborhood. It's just when you're driving to and from the neighborhood that you're going to see a little bit more ruralness. The third con to living in Light Farms is that you're going to have to deal with some construction. Now, the obvious point, because this is a newer neighborhood, you're going to have to deal with home construction going up around you. That's just the curse of living in a newer neighborhood. But the more aggravating construction that you're going to have to deal with is road construction. There is road construction happening all around Light Farms, and your primary roads to get in and out of Light Farms are going to be under construction quite a bit. And down the road, you're going to see a lot of development happening around Light Farms. You're going to see a lot more commercial property being developed around there. So you're just going to see a lot of construction over the next few years if you're living in Light Farms. The fourth con to living in Light Farms is the taxes. Now, property taxes in all of the DFW metro are typically way higher than what you would find in other states. But in Light Farms specifically, they are really high. The combined tax rate is nearly 2.76%. That's largely because it's located in a municipal utility district. According to the Light Farms website, a municipal utility district is one of the several types of special districts that function as independent, limited governments. A MUD provides vital infrastructure to the community such as water, sewer, drainage, roadwork, landscaping, and related services. A MUD is local, it serves your community, and is readily available to residents of Light Farms. Because all decisions are made locally, a MUD is able to respond to our community's unique needs, build on its strengths, and reflect and advance our community's values. With electric, water, sewer, and fire crews located within our community, residents benefit from a quick and effective local response to emergency situations and outages. MUDs support economic development by boosting local economy and the creation of new jobs. MUDs also offer advantages that attract new businesses to the area. A lot of these new construction communities, when you're looking a little bit more north like Celina or Prosper, are going to have a MUD, and it's just a common thing. But the con is that you're going to have to pay for that in the form of taxes. So that's just something you need to be aware of if you're going to move to Light Farms. So no matter where you are in the process, reach out. I'd love to help you find the right place to call home here in the Dallas, Texas metro. Shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email anytime. Seriously, I'm here to help you find the perfect place to live here in the Dallas, Texas metro. Until next time, I'll see you later.